Time to wake up. It's Saturday morning. Find some milk and cereal. Grab a bowl and spoon. No, a bigger spoon. Head to the living room and take a seat on the floor while Joseph and Chris present to you Saturday Morning Cartoon!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cartoon Boom! This is a show where we wake up with the Saturday morning sun, popped from the floor with a big bowl of sugary cereal, and we'll try for cartoons, both old and new. I'm Joseph.
And I'm Chris.
And this morning, we watched Thundercats. And this had a great intro, and I had forgotten about it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a good time.
Like, you remember that part specifically, but you don't remember, like, the little jingle in there that's like,
yeah,
feel the magic, hear the roar. Who suggested this to us?
This was suggested to us by a lot of people. William Holland, Indigo Platypus, and Habanero Prescott. Thank you, all three of you, for suggesting this one.
Yes, thank you so much. This is one that we should have covered, I feel like, a long time ago, but we never did, so here it is.
I feel like if we were better at what we do for the last several years, we would have done it.
Maybe more prepared, more organized.
Yeah.
Who knows?
But we're there. We made it.
Finally got here.
Yeah.
So the show Thundercats aired from 1985 to 1989, created by Ted Tobin Wolfe, developed by Leonard Starr, produced by Rankin Bass Animated Entertainment, Leisure Concepts, Project Development, Topcraft, which is Japanese animation studio for season 1, then Pacific Animation Corporation, and also Japanese Animation Studio for season 2 through 4. So I don't know if it just means that Topcraft changed its name to Japanese Animation Studio, but either way.
Maybe.
Ran for 4 seasons, 130 episodes, and was syndicated from the start. For a short synopsis, and this is a return of our good friend Kenneth Chisholm, a team of humanoid cats fight evil in their adopted home world.
Oh, man. I think Kenneth Chisholm was in this show and they changed his name. And when we get to it, I'll mention who I think he is. But I think he left Thundercats and uploaded himself into IMDb when somebody started typing about Thundercats on IMDb. Then he became IMDb.
I feel like I know who you're going to say.
Yeah.
And that guy is not only just an individual, that is an entire race of creatures on this earth.
Why?
I don't know.
I hate
we'll get there. We'll talk about it
so much.
Who are some of the actors who played in this cartoon?
So the voice of Lion-O was provided by Larry Kinney, and it is Lion-O. When I was a little kid, I thought it was Lionel, like with an L, like Lionel Richie.
Yeah.
And it took me a couple years to figure out it was Lion-O, and then I was like, "That's dumb. Why would?" I think I learned that it was actually Lion-O because of a Reliant K song called Lion-O. You remember that band?
Yeah, I do remember the band. I don't think I ever heard that song, though.
Yeah, it's literally just about Lion-O.
It's Lion-O.
Dash is his middle name. That was voiced by Larry Kinney, who also voiced the character of Bluegrass in Silverhawks, Claudus in Thundercats, the 2011 series, and Jaga in Thundercats Roar, the most recent Thundercats series, much to the dismay of many people. But I'm not going to judge because I haven't seen it yet, and it looks cute. Everyone in this show is pretty much also on Silverhawks, just, letting you know. We also have Panthro, versed by Earl Hyman, who played the character of Russell Huxtable in The Cosby Show. We have Cheetara and Wily Kit, voiced by Lynn Lipton. Tigra and Wily Cat, voiced by Peter Newman, who voiced Quicksilver in Silverhawks. And Major Jakov in Archer. The voice of Snarf, provided by Bob McFadden, who voiced Commander Stargazer in Silverhawks. And the voice of Mumra and Jaga was Earl Hammond, who voiced the character in Silverhawks named Monstar, which is just cool and fun to say. Monstar.
Nice.
It's kind of like Sawboss.
Always takes me back to Space Jam.
Yeah. I think Space Jam must have stole it because this definitely came, Silverhawks definitely came first.
Must have.
Get with it, Warner Brothers. Quit stealing stuff. Jeez.
Real quick before we move on, I wanted to touch on Thundercats Roar because I was kind of in the boat that you are, where I'm like, I'm not going to judge because I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
And I watched a video today that was titled like I was wrong about Thundercats Roar, and I was like, I wonder in what way. So I watched the video, and this guy gave a really kind of concise breakdown of Thundercats and compared it to Thundercats Roar, showing obviously that both the 1985 Thundercats, the 2011 Thundercats, and the current one, 2018, I guess is when that one came out. That one, or they're all very, very different properties, and I understand that. And it's almost like comparing Teen Titans to Teen Titans Go, even art style wise and humor wise. So just seeing some of the nods that Thundercats Roar was giving to the original Thundercats and kind of playing on that, I was like, you know what? I think I could appreciate this. So I'm curious to actually watch it.
Yeah, me too,
I
man.
pass any kind of judgment on it.
Sure.
So I just wanted to clear the air on Roar real quick because I know a lot of people are coming in like with a really negative attitude towards it, because I even looked on IMDb for the ratings and it's like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. I'm like, man, y'all aren't even giving it a try.
Yeah, I think it looks fun. I mean, when I saw it too, I was just like, well, that's not Thundercats, but like it was kind of this is just a new take on this property. So just, give it a shot, see what it's all about.
Right. And this guy was comparing it like to something that's his favorite cartoon right now, which is OK KO, Let's Be Heroes.
Cool. Okay, that sounds fun.
We enjoyed that, so I think we'll enjoy this.
And I think there's a crossover, if I'm not mistaken, between Teen Titans Go and Thundercats Roar.
Yes, you're right. Because the producers of Thundercats Roar actually worked on that episode with them. And it looks really fun. So I'd like to check that out.
Yeah, we should do that soon. By soon, I mean someday when it ever shows up on our thing.
Well, I'm going to put it at the top of the list. I'm going to hack into our ranker. I'm going to
hack into Kenneth Chisholm, and then we'll get it up there.
So for Free Tasty Marshmallows, our big bowl of Thundercats cereal, the TV movie Thundercats Ho! The movie, which is the full title of it, from 1987, was planned. Thundercats Ho! Exclamation point, the movie was planned as a big screen movie for theaters. However, when films like Transformers, the movie, and My Little Pony, the movie, had bombed, they got cold feet and released it as a TV movie instead, which later got split up into 5 parts. And the DVD release on the season sets is the cut-up 5-part version, and it has never been released uncut on DVD. So there's an actual movie, but you wouldn't know it because the only time it's really been released was split up. Yeah, they got nervous.
Bunch of lame, scaredy cats.
Oh, cat jokes. There were several comic book series produced, a Marvel Comics version from 85 to 88, and a 5-issue series by Wildstorm beginning in 2003. I don't know that I've ever seen a Thundercats comic.
I actually read like a one-shot recently, like a thing that was kind of about like one of the, I don't want to say one of the first Thundercats, but like it was like way, 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 way high up in Lion O's ancestry. You had Lion L.
Was it? Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm dead serious. At first I thought it was like Lion L and it looked kind of like Lion O, so I'm like, oh, this is gonna be his dad. Well, then I find out it's like a great, great, great grandfather or something. But yeah. Anyway.
Well, yeah, because Lion-O's dad has to be a lion in, right?
No, those were the only 2 with a letter.
Huh. That breaks continuity. I don't like it.
Yep.
I think I would appreciate it a lot more if it was alphabetically. Like it started with Lion A, and now we're at Lion O, and then his son will be Lion P.
And I think Lion O's grandfather was supposed to be like a great king, but his dad was supposed to be a jerk and maybe killed his grandfather. And then I think at some point Lion O fights against his father. But I think that's in like, I don't think that's in the 85 stuff. I think that's in the
2011 probably.
Yeah, I think it's from that canon. So it might be, they might have just kind of played with the canon of everything a bit. I don't know.
It was announced on June 7, 2007 that Aurelio Yarrow maybe was making a CGI animated feature film of Thundercats based on a script written by Paul Sopoki. It was originally set for a summer 2010 release, but the movie has since been put on hold. Concept art for the film has also been leaked online. And I actually watched the CGI, I don't know that it was a leak, maybe just like a preview of what this movie could have looked like. And it looked pretty fun. I think, I wish they had done something with it. Yeah, so just look up Thundercats CGI movie, and you'll get like a maybe a 3 to 5 minute clip of Lion-O versus Slythe. Yeah, the lizard guy. and it's pretty cool. Check it out.
Is the CGI any good?
Well, here's what I think. I mean, the CGI looked fine, but I think it was like they didn't really have all the textures done on it. So I think that it was kind of flat, but it looked fine as far as like the modeling goes.
Okay.
So you've heard of Thundercats before. I've heard of Thundercats before. Did you watch it a lot as a kid?
Not a lot, but I saw it every once in a while. And I had some friends and I think a cousin that had several of the action figures and stuff. So I was really familiar with like the characters, at least the Thundercat characters, not so much the bad guys except for Mum-Ra. But I knew the general gist of the story and I knew the main characters. And that's about it. You know, I didn't remember too much else.
Yeah, I kind of had the same encounter with it. Like I had the general gist of it as a story. I don't know if I had some of the toys or if my cousins just did, but I do specifically remember playing with the Mum-Ra toy. And so I do have some familiarity with it and the characters, but a lot of this was like, wow, I had no idea it started in this way. And since we're just talking about that, let's go ahead and jump into the episodes we watched for today's show. Very first episode, highest rated episode, and finally random listener chosen episode. The order may vary depending on how those episodes fall chronologically, but of course, we have to start with the very first episode, which was Exodus, Season 1, Episode 1, where the Thundercats must find a new home after their home planet, Thundera, explodes.
Yeah. Jaga, oh my God, this first part of the episode, Jaga, so Lion-O is a kid here, which I thought was strange. And it gets even weirder for me later.
Right. That's a part that was really interesting to me because I didn't realize that he started as a kid. Yeah. I also didn't realize that they all started naked. And that was kind of weird for me coming into this.
I was just like, the first few minutes, I'm like, man, I can't tell what's clothes and what isn't. Then it's like, revealed in the dialogue that they're all nude. And I'm like, okay, so they're all naked. They just don't have nipples or genitals. They're all just Ken dolls everywhere, you know?
Some of them have like separation lines.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Should be, but then some of them don't. So it's not like a race. I don't know. It's a weird thing.
It makes no sense whatsoever. So as far as those designs go, it's weird.
I'm so glad that part was remedied fairly quickly. I don't know why they started out like that and from the get-go, but you know, whatever.
Yeah, I was just thinking, man, put some pants on these kids or something. I don't know. But like Chitara is walking around and Lion-O is probably just like, But Jaga, who is the eldest and the leader on this little spaceship of only a few Thundercats. I don't know what happened to the rest of them at that point. But he was just like, hey, Lion-O, come in here. Take a look at this. And then they watch the planet explode. Lion-O was like, wow, what was that? It's like, that was the genocide of your people. So...
You remember your home?
Yeah.
Well, that was where it was.
File that away, kid.
Seriously, like the other guys are already adults and they're just like, no, like let him sleep. He's like, no, he needs to see this.
Make him watch.
So they like shake him awake and make him come watch his home explode.
That's weird.
That's awesome. That builds character.
I guess, man. It builds trauma. At least there's that. It builds some PTSD. So,
he explains to Lion-O basically as long as he lives, the Thundercats live on, and the Sword of Omens like has the Eye of Thundera, which is like the source of power. I don't know. They use power in like a really general sense. I don't know if that's like the eye is gone, like what actually happens.
Yeah.
But it could just be like a source of power. I don't know. But he shows them the sword, shows them about the little... I forgot that the Sword of Omens had those little eye holes in it. Like, I forgot that's why they say sight beyond sight.
Right.
And I was like, oh, that makes sense because it's got like little binocular things kind of on it.
Yeah, they're utilizing like that third eye kind of thing because when you look through it, then the little omen thing is in your forehead, like where a third eye would be in some religions and practices.
And also, I had forgotten, or maybe I never knew that Snarf was like a nursemaid or like a nanny.
Yeah, I actually remember that.
Lion-O.
Which, man, it just gets weirder as like the relationship.
This is the first 5 minutes of the episode.
The relationship of Snarf and Lion-O gets stranger and stranger to me. Like, Snarf is basically like, he's like a second-class citizen. Basically, like, he's mistreated through this whole show, dude. And he's the hero of the show. In every episode, Snarf is the hero. Come on.
Specifically in 2 of them. If it weren't for Snarf, the Thundercats would be dead.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe you know, but I'm not sure. Is Snarf like a different race than these people? Because we see in the third episode the other Snarf that has no name.
Yeah, he's a different race. I think Snarf might actually be the name of the race, to be honest, because I think that there's other characters that are like Snarf and then a name and then Snarf and another name. So I think it's kind of like a...
What do you mean like Snarf and another name? Like Snarf Robert?
Yeah, but not Robert. Like, so I don't think Snarf's actual name is Snarf. Let me see.
Oh my gosh, this is about to blow my mind.
His name's Osbert.
Osbert?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's like an elf thing where it's like Gordon something.
Gordon Shumway.
Yeah, right. Wait, say his name again. Say Snarf's name again.
Osbert?
So it's Osbert Snarf.
I think technically it would be pronounced Snarf Osbert.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was going to be like Snarf's dad is like Jonathan Snarf.
Jonathan Snarf. I love it. Hello, my name is William Snarf. I'm here for the interview.
Oh, man, that's going to crack me up.
I love that.
Ugh.
There's also a character named Snarfer.
Oh, Snarfer. Like, he's not, like, Snarf isn't the most Snarf of all. There's someone who's Snarfer. So there has to be, by that logic, there has to be a Snarfest, right?
Yeah, there very well could be. I'm trying to remember what some of the other ones are. Like, I know there's at least one other Snarf. Snarf Egbert is another one.
All right.
Snarf is kind of like the surname thing of this race, but I don't think that means they're all related. It's almost like a title, but the name of their race at the same time. I think. I could be super wrong, but I know that
I could go along with that. It makes just as much sense as some of the other things in this show do. So I'm with you. I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay, so at first, Lionel can't lift the Sword of Omens or anything. Like he's just a kid. Like I guess he's a teenager because if we're right here, Wily Kit and Wily Cat, the kid ones,
yeah, they're kids.
They're already here. They're already kids.
Thunder Kittens.
I thought they were like
stupid.
around
that's
this
a stupid name.
Oh, that's true.
Thunder Kittens.
Yeah. Anyway, so they're already there, and are they as old as Lionel? They're just kind of like dwarf cats.
They
or
look
something
like the same age as Lionel at the beginning when they're all young. If not, like they might be even slightly older than him, but they're definitely all three kids. The Thunder Kittens and Lionel are definitely all kids.
But okay, so when they, I'm skipping ahead a little bit, so I'll wait.
Well, we can just say they're looking for a new place to live. They find what we know is supposed to be Earth, but they call it Third Earth, whatever. They are like, hey, we got to go here. It's going to take a long time. Jaga's like, you guys get in these capsules that basically it would put them in suspended animation where they will still age, but age very, very slowly. And he's like, I'm just going to pilot this till I die. So they do that. It lands on Third Earth, but like no one aged except Lionel, who's now like 10 or 15 years older. The Thunder Kittens are still kids. And like Lionel is now like basically the same age as like Chitara, who's kind of like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, she's like, oh, you're so handsome.
Yeah, what up, King of the Jungle? Mm.
Not only did he age, but he also like got super muscular.
Yeah,
so
dude.
I don't know what was different about his pod, but
yeah,
nobody else got that advantage.
So he went in looking like I don't know, like the Neville Longbottom of lions, and he came out looking like a Hemsworth brother. And I'm like, how?
Yeah.
Like being in suspended animation, that is not what happens to your body.
Yeah, he got Captain America.
He got ripped.
No one else did.
Well, and you know what blew my mind is I saw a way I thought this was gonna go, because I'm like, okay, well, obviously he ages, but the others aren't gonna age. So I assumed that something was going to happen on their way down, and his thing was gonna get damaged at some point. And he would get released, and he would have to pilot it the rest of the way after Jaga died. Therefore, he would age quicker than the others, and he would also have time to train and stuff. Which, like, that is exact. I'm like, okay, that's got to be how it happens. No, they're just like, nah, he's just buff now. Cool.
Yeah, Jaga pilots it for like 5 seconds, and he's like, all right, well, I've got to die now.
Well,
and so he disappears.
I do like, though, that he clicked his Apple Watch, and that made his body disappear, so they didn't have to clean up his like rotting corpse later. That was very polite of him.
It's kind of a strange. I don't know how the logic in the mortality rate in Thundercats works because I think they go to limbo when they die immediately.
Every time one of them dies, their body completely disappears, and then they go to limbo at least first. Then I don't know what.
I do want to explain Third Earth a little bit, though, at least what I understand of it. The reason it's Third Earth
Explain me.
is because it is Earth proper, but it's in the future. Like, we live on First Earth right now, and so does Mumra. Like, Mumra comes from our Earth.
He was an Egyptian mummy guy that, like, betrayed
right.
a prince or something like that.
Like a dark sorcerer,
yeah,
and he made a
and he was
pact
sealed
with
away.
Those evil dudes and was sealed away. And then, I don't know where Second Earth takes place. Like, I mean, here, but maybe it's a time frame where in like Futurama where you see the aliens like destroy everything on Earth. Maybe it's one of those in between periods.
Oh God, do you think so? Third Earth happens after 2020 finishes destroying us.
That maybe.
Oh man,
it's canon now.
Oh no. Okay. Woo. The cats are coming.
Cats are taking over. So anyway, I just wanted to explain that because I was wondering why it was Third Earth, and that's the best explanation I could get for it.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, to be honest. Okay.
So the mutants are attacking. That's who attack first. They're from the planet Plundar, which is, it's one of those Captain Planet things where it's like the name is directly tied to what they do or are.
They're going to pillage and plunder.
Right, yeah. Loot and plunder. And so they're attacking the ships. All the other ships are being destroyed, or at least most of them, because we see later that they aren't the only surviving Thundercats, but that's a whole nother thing. And then Tigra, I find out, is a stealth ninja. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, but he looks like he's wearing a circus outfit, and that's weird. Like he looks like he should be.
Well, because he's like the acrobatic guy.
Yeah, that's a weird like thing to have. Is just like, I don't know, like. If I'm a little kid and I'm like, cool, I need a leader, I need the big brute, I need the smart guy, I need the funny guy, and I'm not going to follow it up with like, I need the guy that's good at somersaults and doing flips. It's just like, okay.
It's not a perfect party setup.
That's for sure.
Panthro is a strong guy, like he's the buff guy, but he also does machines. So he's kind of a mix between Raphael and Donatello. Yeah, and he uses nunchuck, so he's a mix between Michelangelo too. Yeah. The only turtle he's not is Leonardo. Yeah. So Panthro is everything. I think he might be my favorite character, honestly.
Panthro is awesome. I've always loved him.
Chitara, she's just very fast. She's like the Flash.
She's cool. Yeah. Chitara has usually been my favorite, like one of my favorites, actually.
Yeah, she's always been really cool. And then the lizard guy's name is Slythe, and there's Jackalman. He's one of the other dudes. They all have names related to whatever
Vulture
animal
man. Oh, he's so gross. He's disgusting.
Yeah, even
looking.
His voice is gross. Yeah. Here's where Snarf first saves the day. So after they land, they crash land on Third Earth, and Snarf is the first one to awaken. First, he tries to bring Lionel's teddy bear to him, and he's like, "Well, I'm a man now. I'm too big for toys." And then,
have you seen these guns? I don't need teddy bears anymore.
That was something that was an interesting concept to me because I never really thought about it like that. That essentially Lionel is a child trapped in a man's body, or at least at the very most a teenager trapped in a man's body.
Yeah, his thoughts and like mental acuities would not have progressed while he's been asleep. So like he just looks at his body and is like, "I'm a man now. Get out of here, Snarf." And what's sad too is like Snarf's just trying to bring comfort to this kid who just woke up in an adult's body. And he's just like, "Here's your doll," and he's just like, "Away with you, Snarf, you idiot." Well, and then Snarf tries to bring him the Sword of Omens. He's like, "Get that toy out of here, Snarf, you piece of crap."
Basically, yeah.
He just emotionally abuses Snarf at every point he can.
This was Snarf trying to save the day. Already by giving him the sword. He's able to, Lionel's able to kind of fight off the other mutants that come in, and he finally gets the sword from Snarf, or I guess Snarf kind of drops it or throws it somewhere.
What's crazy too is like when the mutants first land, Snarf is the first one to actually try to attack. Lionel's just sitting there playing with his paws or whatever, and Snarf's like, "Snarf!" and gets manhandled really quickly.
Oh, that's right, because Lino has no idea. Like, he's got like some kind of amnesia going on.
Yeah.
So my question was, like, do the mutants just follow them the entire time? Like, in my mind, this took years because that's kind of what Jaga was explaining. And so the mutants are just like on their tail that whole time?
From the way Jaga described it, it felt like it should have been like decades because he was just like, you guys, we're not going to make the trip if you guys don't go in those stasis pods. So like everyone would have died of old age by that point. So it had to have been a very, very long time. So I don't know, maybe the mutants just live longer or something, or maybe they did the same thing and they sacrificed somebody to die while they flew the ship. I don't know.
I hope it was one of those vulture men.
Well, if they had their own Snarf that they forced to pilot it till he died. Oh, man. I found out Snarfer is Snarf's nephew.
Oh, okay. It breaks naming convention, yeah.
It's not good. That's why I also don't like the Wileys for that same reason. Wily Kit and Wily Cat. I just think that's dumb.
Yeah. Cat shouldn't be able to be in your name if you're a Thundercat. That just like...
It seems weird.
That's me being like, what's up? I'm Joe Human.
Right. And I'm like, I don't want to be called Joe Human. I'm just going to go by Human now. Call me Human. And this is my nephew, Humaner.
Ugh, gross. Don't put it in human terms. It makes it even weirder. So he gets sort of home and they defeat the mutants, at least this time. Of course, they're going to come back. And then he's like, I, Lion-O, Lord of the Thundercats, proclaim that, we're going to get stronger and build a mighty empire. And then he's like, backs off a little bit. He's like, with your help, of course, because he's still a kid. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's just
build a mighty empire with, the 5 of us that are actually alive.
Yeah.
Oops.
I mean, it starts strongly enough. It's weird. I mean, there's goofiness to it as with any 80s cartoon, but I like a lot of the concepts they lay out.
I have a nostalgia for those 80s cartoon space battle sound effects. You know what I mean? Like every time I hear those, it's just like, oh man, it takes me back. Because I think of things like this and Gundam and Transformers and all kinds of stuff. They all use those same effects and I love it.
Always the lasers in space.
Always those lasers. Yeah. And it's always the same ones for every cartoon.
So the second episode we watched for today's show was one that I chose, which was Snarf Takes Up the Challenge, season 1, episode 25. And I chose it because, we all know Chris loves Snarf. And I wanted to see an episode devoted to him. And this was the best one I could find. I was really surprised by it. Like, he did a good job, surprisingly. It kind of shows you what Snarf is capable of and kind of how he's able to assist the group. He's not just the bumbling sidekick.
And you also gave me a nightmare with this stupid bear robot thing. Oh my God. That thing is disturbing. Robert Bill. Gross.
His name's Robert Burbill.
Ew.
Because the race is Burbills or Burbles, almost like gerbils, I guess. I don't know. It's so weird.
It's terrible.
Because they all look like that entire race of, I don't know, android bears, whatever they are. Android teddy bears, kind of. They're like android Ewoks.
Okay, so he's Robert Bill, but they're Robert Burbles. Oh my God.
In reality, he's Robert William.
Yeah.
My friends call me Robert Bill.
I'm Robert William, but please call me Robert Bill. His voice is going to, it'll never leave my consciousness. I'm going to be just suffering from here on out because I heard him speak. I hate it so much, Joseph.
It's that old, synthesized voice they used to do for robots, turned up to 11.
It's so bad.
After the Thundercats are captured by Mumra, it is up to Snarf to save them. That's this episode's description. And it's pretty spot on.
Yeah.
We start off with, Snarf being alone in the Thundercats base.
He came home from, a night out or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know even what he was doing,
stumbling
why
home.
He was gone.
He's doing the walk of shame, and the only one there is the nightmare bear.
He also encounters, or the unicorn keeper lady comes in first. There's so many layers to this show that I had no idea of.
It's insane.
I don't know why a lot of these things are. So she tells him, hey, all the Thundercats were captured, and me and my gentle unicorns couldn't do anything because, we're lovers, not fighters. They got lost in the Forest of Silence where no one can hear you scream. I don't know why it's the Forest of Silence.
It doesn't make any sense. It's so backwards that they named it that because it's not silent whatsoever. There's nothing silent about, you can see the Thundercats walking through it, and you still hear their voices. It's just that their mouths don't move. There's nothing silent going on there. It should be the forest of ventriloquism. Like, what the hell is this?
But she's like, but hey, the creatures of the forest saw everything. And Snarf is like, hey, I have a power that no one knows about. I can talk to the creatures of the forest.
Yeah, rock on.
First, like, Unicorn Keeper tells him of how everyone was captured individually. Like, they all had traps set specifically for them.
For 12 minutes, man.
Oh my gosh, yes. It took so long. And it's like, they fell for like the dumbest bait.
Yeah.
Too, most of the time. So Lino got captured because he was trying to steal one of the mutant vehicles. Tiger got trapped in an obvious like maze of lights and mirrors. Panthro, like, he fell for nunchuck bait. He's like, hey, new nunchucks. And tried to get them and got captured.
There's like some nunchucks, a little sign that says Panthro, and there's just like a box with a stick holding it up above him.
Nunchucks here.
He's just like, ooh. Just falls on him. Mumra just pulls a little rope.
The vulture or the bird guy zapped Wily Kit and Wily Cat with a tractor beam.
As you would.
Chitara, like, they used a little flashlight that had they used the cat signal, I'm going to call it.
It's a laser pointer. Come on.
Yeah,
it's just a giant laser
pointer. Right. Yeah, so they all got captured by those individually set traps that weren't really clever, but I guess neither are they because they fell right for them. At that point, Snarf's like, all right, well, I need to communicate. I got to talk to all the animals. And he calls this giant bat first and rides it off. That was a pretty cool scene. Yeah.
Yeah. That bat's cool,
It was kind of reminding me of like when Gizmo from Gremlins is like dressing up as Rambo and stuff.
Yes.
This was Snarf's moment to be Rambo.
Yeah, and he was going to kill everyone. He just can't catch a break, though. Snarf, like, gets over to where, like, the mutants and stuff are, and they're just talking smack about him and, like, kind of laughing and making fun of him because they're like, we don't even need to capture the last one because he sucks. And Snarf's just like, dang, man, it's kind of harsh. But to be fair, then he almost falls to his death because he's clumsy, and the bat saves him. So
right.
All the Thundercats might just be completely incompetent. Like, have you realized this? They're all stupid.
That's what it feels like because Snarf is the hero some of the times.
Yeah. He, at some point in every episode we watched, Snarf is the hero.
Underappreciated.
Mumra, what happens with all the Thundercats that got taken? Mumra wrapped them up in his mummy tape and then, like, lined his bedroom with them so they can watch him sleep. There's something wrong going on in that place. It gets weird, guys. It gets real weird in there. But, you know, Snarf uses his communication skills with the animals of the forest to get him inside of Mumra's palace. And then, like, he gets in there and he frees Lion-O right off the bat. And Lion-O like, freaking Mumra is like 20 feet from them sleeping. The rest of them are still tied up. And Snarf gets he's stealthing in there and he's getting Lion-O out, and Lion-O's like, great job, Snarf, thank you for saving me, like, as loud as possible. So of course Mumra wakes up immediately. Oh my god, Lion-O's such an idiot, guys. He's so dumb.
I guess the spider that kind of wraps its web around Mumra's tomb
didn't do a lot, did it?
Like, yeah, it holds him for a minute, I guess, because he's talking out of it. He's like, once I get out of here, I'm going to get you.
I'm going to get you.
You'll be sorry you wrapped me in spider web. Yeah. So Lion-O gets a sort of omen, which instead of destroying or something, they just leave up on the mantle, like over the fireplace, basically.
It's just, cool centerpiece to talk about.
Snarf frees him and gets a sort of omen for him. And then they're like, you underestimated the 7th Thundercat, the bravest of us all. And it's like, well, they're right about that, at least.
That's true.
Snarf is the bravest now.
He's the best one. And this was weird to me. So, like, Lion-O's the only one that Snarf frees. And then, like, the others just burst out of their being wrapped up and stuff. And I'm like, wait, could they do that the whole time? What? Wait a minute. What? So,
they were just following Lion-O's lead.
I'm just like, if they're sitting there like, well, if Lion-O's not going to bust out, I'm not going to bust out. What if Lion-O is just like, I'm done and I don't want to do this. But when Snarf freed him, he didn't have a choice. It's like, well, crap, now I got to fight back. I was just going to, like, let this be it.
Thanks, Snarf.
Oh, that's why he yelled out loud, because he didn't actually want Snarf to do it. Like, he was being sarcastic about it. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Snarf. Thank you so much for doing this thing. Yeah, what a great hero. And all the other Thundercats are like, crap. All right, well, he's out, so I guess we'll come out.
The explanation of how they trapped all the Thundercats took so long that they really don't have much time to do this battle with Mumra. So really,
they put him back to sleep.
Well, they put him back to sleep because, and this is something they take out in later seasons, but at first, Mumra could be stopped by seeing his own reflection. He's like, ugh, I'm hideous. And so he gets like sent back to his tomb if he sees his own reflection. So that's what they were using the sword for, the Sword of Omen. He's like, here, just look at yourself. And that's what
he's like,
ends it.
Dang, I'm going to go back to sleep.
So I'm glad they took that out eventually.
I need my beauty sleep.
Because he even turns into Mumra the Ever Living, like where he gets all the powers of the the ancient spirits of evil,
awesome.
Which is awesome. It's such a great transformation, but he literally is only in it for like 2 seconds before he gets his reflection shown back at him.
He's like, dang.
That's what ends that. And then we find out that Snarf didn't really have like a great deal with the bat coming to save him. Like, he had offered him money. The bat's pretty angry, so he comes back and Snarf's like, oh, I promised to pay him for the ride and I forgot.
I like that he's just like, I forgot. And it's kind of like everyone starts laughing. It's like, well, you could pay him now, but like, I think that was Snarf's way of saying, I'm not gonna do it because I already forgot. So let's just move on.
All my friends are back.
Oh, yeah, I should have paid you when they were captive, but like, they're not captive anymore. So like, I think maybe we'll just move on with our lives, see other people.
Let's put this behind us. You might want to go. It's a little awkward now.
It's going to be real weird if you stay here.
So Snarf saved the day.
Again, so that's 2 episodes down where Snarf saved the day.
And here comes the third one, The Last Day, season 3, episode 20, which was the highest rated. Well, okay, on IMDb, there were so many that were tied. So I was looking at some independent lists, and this one caught my interest. So that's why I chose it. I'm glad I did. Impatient with Mumra failing them time after time, the ancient spirits of evil give him one final chance. Destroy the Thundercats within 24 hours or face exile.
Time after time. So the ancient spirits of evil are just done with his bullcrap. And then they're like, we're going to kill your dog. So Mumra goes all John Wick and he's just like, I'll kill the Thundercats finally.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about his dog, Mummut.
Yeah. What a clever name.
Apparently, at this point, the mutants and the Lunatics, who were some other people that came along, I guess,
I like that name,
were
Lunatics.
exiled.
Cool.
And so he doesn't have any more allies. So it's just Mumra and this dog now.
And then they take out his dog. Clearly, John Wick was based off of this cartoon.
Obviously. And they give him till sundown or he's going to be exiled, just like his dog was. They were proving a point.
But they do give him powers. So
they give him they don't give him extra power. Like, what he does is he utilizes all the power that he could have, like that he normally would have, like over a period of time, and just like utilizes it all at once. That's why he grows into like giant Mumra.
Oh, and Kaiju Mumra.
Yeah, Kaiju Mumra. But the catch to that is that every hour or so, he's going to shrink down a little bit and lose some power. And he's nervous, but they're like, well, good luck.
And then when he went Super Saiyan, it broke his house.
Like that's what I thought too. But then his house is fixed again later, so I don't know what the deal was.
I mean, it is what it is. It's magic. And then basically the Thundercats and everyone else on Third Earth start experiencing 2020, where like everything's falling apart. There's earthquakes, there's fires, there's floods. Kaiju Mumra shows up and just starts like, he's just laying it out. He's just like, I'm doing this one. I'm gonna do it this time. And then like he totally just kills Tigra and Chitara like super fast. So I was like, whoa, they're going all out in this one.
He takes out pretty much everybody immediately, and he's also destroying a lot of like the land on just all around the world, not just the Thundercats. He's like causing catastrophes everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're trying to like go and save everyone. It's really smart the way he played it because it splits them all up and he's able to individually pick them off, except for Lion-O, who he could have killed. But instead, he's like, you know what? I'm going to trap you here so that you die slowly for eternity. So that you're trapped in this bubble under the earth.
Under some lava.
He puts lava over him. And the only thing that saved him was him using the Sword of Omens to like get sight beyond sight and get the power bubble around him.
So Tigra's dead, Chitara's dead. Before Lino gets trapped, Mun-Ra zaps his magic at Lino, and Panthro jumps in the way and gets dead. He's dead. Thunder Kittens are next. I wish.
That was actually, I want to touch back on that real quick.
Okay.
Because that was a really smart thing to do for Mun-Ra. When Lino's there, like, chanting his, like, thunder thing, and I was like, man, why doesn't Mun-Ra just attack him right now? And then he did.
Yes, exactly.
Which you never see.
Yeah. In every other cartoon, like, the villain's gotta like, oh, all right, well, I gotta wait until this is over. You know, it's just like, I always thought that about Sailor Moon, because that transformation takes so freaking long. I'm like, what do they do in the meantime? Are they like playing games on their phones or something while they wait for the hero to transform? I don't know.
So this was like one of the only times I've ever seen a villain just be like, no, I've seen enough of that. Like,
like, nah.
I'm gonna stop you right now.
No thanks. Yeah, so Panthro gets murdered. Then he starts coming after the Tower of Omens where the Thunder Kittens are. And I was just like, yes, please take those Thunder Kittens out. I don't like them, if you haven't noticed.
We see some of the other new Thundercats who are in a spaceship. Svengali is one of them, and then there's Linkso instead of Lion-O.
Yeah, you think that's like a cousin maybe or something?
I don't know. I don't know how the naming conventions work in this.
That's right. O would not be the surname because they're not all that. So, man, yeah, I don't know. It's just coincidence. It's like me meeting another guy named Chris, I guess, but maybe it's spelled with a K instead.
I know so many Chris's, so yeah.
You know tons of Chris's. We're everywhere.
They are.
He does destroy the Tower of Omens, and that was pretty BA. Like, he's got that big sword, slices it diagonally,
cool.
like right through, and it just blows up. And I was like, yes, they're dead. But no, the Thunder Kittens are, air surfboarding away.
They narrowly escape.
Dang.
What was really cool, like what I liked about this a lot was that Mun-Ra is just done. Like, I know he's on a timer, but he is also just completely frustrated using every ounce of power. Like, I don't have time to like explain my evil plan. I'm just going to destroy like this. That's all.
Yeah.
He's going through, taking everybody out, even their bases. And at this point, like, I'm thinking, like, how are they going to recover from this? Like, this is crazy. How do they beat him now?
One thing that I was wondering about too was like, I'm like, okay, are the Thundercats actually dead, or are they just magicked away somewhere? I was kind of going back and forth on what it was, but then we actually learned, yeah, they're dead. They're in limbo. They're dead.
Right.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Yeah. So what happens is when Snarf, again being the hero, talks to our space cats and the Thunder Kittens. So they talk about this book of omens. So apparently him and Lino traveled into it before. There's some, I don't know, dragony guys in there that have a lot of power and can do some things. Maybe can tell them how to defeat Mun-Ra. However, like, they can't pull themselves back out of that book. Someone has to do it. So Snarf's like, if I go in, someone has to be able to pull me out. And we don't have anyone left that can do it. But Snarf goes in anyway, and he he brings every like magical artifact he can possibly find as like a gift, even though he's like, here's the Jade Dragon, this one's broken, sorry. That was funny. I liked that.
Yeah. And he's like, all right, well, I'm just going to bring all of this. So he basically just like scoops it all into a bag and then carries it off.
Every toy that Hasbro could have made for Thundercats, he brought it with. What's interesting though is he gets in there and Lino is still alive, trapped in that thing, and Jaga shows up and kind of tells him that, hey, we're gonna basically put the souls of the Thundercats in the Sword of Omens, and then it'll give you more power to do what you got to do, and then like you can bring them back and stuff. And in the meanwhile, like Snarf finds out how to defeat Mun-Ra, which is basically they tell him that Mun-Ra is kaput once the day is over. Like, they inform him what's going on. As soon as the sun sets, Mun-Ra is done. So Snarf, I don't remember how he does it, but he's able to contact Lino somehow and basically tell him, like, just keep Mum-Ra busy until sunset and we're golden.
I think that he is like looking into the Sword of Omen. First, he's seeing the other guys in limbo, yeah. And then Snarf kind of like takes over, like hacks into that channel and
Hey,
yeah.
listen. Yeah. Tells him what's up. Lionel's like, cool, I can do that.
And he does. He stalls. He still almost get beaten.
It was a good battle. Yeah.
And then, yeah, finally, like, time's up. And they don't give him even, like, a second more than sunset.
No.
Even though he almost has it, they're just like, nah, time to join your dog. I feel like this was, like, the soft ending of Thundercats. Maybe they didn't know
so
they were
too.
going to get a season 4 because this felt like where it should have ended.
Yeah, especially because, like, once Mum-Ra's defeated, the mutants are gone, the Lunatics are gone, or whatever their name was. I mean, you know, Snarf saved the day for the third time because he is the hero of this entire series. Lino calls Snarf out of the book and is just like, hey, this you kind of made this victory happen. So cool. Also, we're going to leave Third Earth and we're going to go start a new home. Bye. But then there's another season somehow. I don't know.
Yeah. And I watched the first episode of the next season just to see what happens. And it looks like Mum-Ra just gets resurrected. So that wasn't the original plan. Season 4 had to be like a surprise. So like, what do we do?
They're still like on Third Earth and everything when it happens?
No, like they explain everything from the end of this episode. And like we've been like rebuilding New Thundera and Third Earth has been protected by these other Thundercats. And then basically Mum-Ra begs the ancient spirits of evil for another chance. And I guess they give it to him and he just comes back. So it's like very shoehorned in, but it was just a way to fill in one more season.
It would have been cool for them to bring in a new villain or something, or like somebody that was like obsessed with Mum-Ra and like wants to take his place or so. I don't know. They could have done something.
Or if they had like a dark Snarf come in.
There was a dark Snarf at one point.
Was there really?
Yeah. So he was a Snarf Ra, I believe.
Does he have an eye patch? Because that's what I picture.
I don't think he did, but that would have been cool. Okay, so one time Snarf tricked the ancient spirits of evil into giving him power to become Snarf Ra.
Oh.
Snarf Ra.
Type in evil Snarf and look at the first picture that comes up.
Whoa, that's Hulk Snarf, dude.
My God, he looks amazing.
Wow. He's like towering over Mum-Ra in that episode. Whoa.
Mum-Ra's awesome. Like, whoa, hold up, Snarf.
No,
I know we've had disagreements in the past, but I think we can put that behind us.
Like, listen, I feel like we can fix this between us.
Well, Chris, looks like it's about time we send our inner kids on the move and let them loose to join Lion-O and the team on Third Earth. Maybe even bring along some catnip to get on their good sides. Then see what they thought of their time with the Thundercats.
This cartoon was really fun because of all the big fighting cat people and frog mutants and mummies, but some of it did feel kinda silly, but I still gave this cartoon 4.5 bowls of Nightmare Robo-Bear cereal out of 5.
I didn't really know how well this cartoon would stand against the test of time, but ended up getting a much fancier feast than expected. To be honest, as much as this show had all the standard 80s cartoon tropes, including but not limited to corny dialogue, a jokey sidekick character, and shoehorned morality lessons, it also felt like it shined a bit brighter than the rest. Plus, as much as I like Skeletor, Mum-Ra really gives him a run for his money as far as creepy supervillains go. I mean, I know they basically just threw a red cloak on a mummy, but it totally worked for me. Overall, I give the original Thundercats 4.5 big bowls of Robert Burble Bites cereal out of 5, and between this and Cats the Musical, would choose these heroic felines 100% of the time.
That character's definitely going on the list of worst characters of all time.
Robert Williams specifically?
Yes, Robert Williams. Robert Williams is going on that list. I hate him so much. Oh my God. Man. But I do think that our inner kids summed it up pretty perfectly.
Nice. You did it. No one wanted it, and you did it anyway.
I did it anyway. I'm sorry. I did love this show, though. It was a lot of fun, with a few caveats. Like I said, I don't like the Thunder Kittens. That concept to me is just stupid. I like the idea of having some younger team members, but just the idea of Wily Cat, I just did not like them at all. But I mean, they're definitely the kind of characters for kids to like visualize themselves within this world. So I get it. But man, Snarf really is the hero of this whole show, and I didn't realize it before. But Lino kind of sucks, gang. Like he's not a good leader when his like wet nurse cat is more effective in every episode.
It's like we were saying, he's a kid trapped in a man's body and he doesn't know how to handle it or lead a team. He got no lessons or anything. He didn't have time to. He just got put in that pod right away.
He's basically just like living the movie Big, but in the Thundercats. I mean, that's basically what's going on.
Yeah, he's just winging it, man. Just winging it the whole time. And yeah, like Snarf was, I'd go far enough to say, is an underrated character as much as like he's joked about in
everything
pop culture in general. Yeah, I just think it's because people don't know how integral of a part he played in rescuing the Thundercats over and over again. When I compare him to someone like Orko from He-Man, Orko really does nothing, but Snarf is working very hard.
Yeah, he really is. He's awesome. He's such a good character. And like some other things I really liked about the show is like just overall, I think the designs were pretty cool for most of them, aside from when they were naked and we couldn't figure out what was what. There's some really cool action, but like what draws me into this, and you touched on it before, is that there just seems to be like a huge amount of like mythology built into this world. There's so much to unpack. Because we've got the one Thundercats, but we know there's other Thundercats that lived, and there's all these other different races. And where did the ancient evils come from? And it's tied into like First Earth, which was where Mumra came from. So there's so many things like in this world that it would take forever to like talk about it and discuss. So, but I mean, that's my kind of thing. So I kind of want to read up on some more of the lore of this series. As far as like what's canon from this part of the series, I don't know if the later ones are considered part of the canon or not.
Yeah, this is one I came into with like, you know, appreciating it as far as like 80s cartoons go, but I didn't really think it was going to be much. Like I didn't think there'd be much to it. And I'm actually pleasantly surprised at how great it was. All the corniness of it aside, like if I think about He-Man, which was one of my favorite 80s cartoons, like I think this is a better show overall. It's not something I would have recognized before I had watched some of these episodes. So I just think that really speaks highly of it.
Yeah, I think so. I think just overall this thing is pretty good. I think it was a little bit ahead of its time in a couple ways, as far as some of the depth of like the story elements and stuff like that. Like I think that stuff goes underappreciated and definitely went over my head as a kid for sure.
Mm-hmm. So thank you, William Holland, Indigo Platypus, and Habanero Prescott for suggesting this. It was one that was long overdue.
Yeah, definitely. And I had a great time watching it. So thank you very much for that.
Well, listeners, looks like our milk supply is now on dry. So it's time for us to say goodbye. In 2 weeks, we'll be watching
Mary Kate and Ashley in action.
Oh, no.
Submitted via YouTube by Fake Slim 10.
Was this at the bottom of the list?
Yes. A newer addition, too. We added it just like a week ago, and y'all voted it down real fast. So,
dang.
Ooh, so you guys had something to say with those votes, I guess.
And this is a cartoon?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll see. Once again, I'm Joseph.
And I'm Chris.
We'll see you next Saturday.
Presented by Nerdsloth, a place for lazy nerds.
If you like what you heard, consider donating at patreon.com/nerdsloth so we can continue bringing you quality shows. Be sure to also leave us a review and share your favorite episodes and clips on social media. If you're looking for more content, visit us at nerdsloth.com.